You're watching the Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
Welcome back to the second half hour, the Factor Uncensored. Many apartment residents are now learning some of them don't have the convenience of homeowners when it comes to package delivery, like FedEx or even Amazon. Why? Because many apartment units are turning to third parties. We discuss it and what you can do about it. Let's take a look. And joining us here on the Factor Uncensored, we have with us apartment renting expert and veteran of the industry, Jazz Ledoux, and we have Jason Meza from the Better Business Bureau in San Antonio and Austin. Jazz, my first question for you. Many people have complained about not having Amazon or FedEx, some of these delivery companies, to be able to drop packages off at their front door, at their apartments. They're hearing from other or being told by the complex that other third parties may have to do it, like Fetch and many others that may be out there. So why not just allow Amazon or FedEx or UPS, what have you, to drop off at people's door?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Isaiah, and great question. So for one, we want to think about what's the point, right? If you consider the post-pandemic, everything is coming to the door now. We're not going into stores like we used to. We're just ordering off an app and it's coming straight to the door. But we forget when you're talking about apartment communities that the staff is limited on what they can and cannot manage, right? And so because of that influx, we found that the on-site teams are literally just managing package deliveries, right? They have a high volume of traffic coming in from residents. Hey, I'm missing a package. Where's my package? Hey, my package is stolen. Now we're allocating time that we need to be doing this task to dealing with a package issue. And so a lot of these property management companies are going into partnership with these third-party companies like Fetch Delivery, right? And so the whole point is to make life easier for both the resident as well as the on-site teams, help us streamline package management so it gives more resident satisfaction knowing that they have an extra layer of secure deliveries and the convenience of it. So ultimately, it became too time consuming, right? We want to deliver great customer service. We want to make sure your work orders are good, and we want to make sure that we're showing apartments and being timely and follow up and responding. Time has been taken away with managing packages. Well, now we're here at a crossroads. So that is part of the reason why a lot of these properties have opted into these partnerships, and they no longer allow packages to be delivered to the office just because it takes too much time and liability.
Now, Jazz, it's my understanding you guys at one of your complexes have opted for a locker system. And that way the resident can go straight to that locker or that secured area to get it instead of bothering the staff and getting them inundated with questions.
Yes, absolutely. And there's so many different locker companies as well that help aid into the package management when you're on site. Now, I will say it's not, no solution is fail proof, right? You're going to have some window of gray area where you're going to have to be involved in that sort of deal. But it takes a lot off the on-site teams if maybe we're just, hey, I had an issue with my package being delivered to the locker. You have a moment to help me out. Well, that's something that's manageable, right? And it's also another secure location that the resident can say, hey, I'm at work. I don't have to worry about it being at my doorstep all day, running the risk of it being, lost, stolen, unfortunately, and those sort of things. So, it just makes it easier for us to be able to help here and there with still being able to handle the other tasks that the property needs.
Well, off-site package management by a third party is really an emerging industry, as Jazz mentioned. After the pandemic, it's easier, it's convenience, it's safety, it's time saving for both sides. And an issue is that it's a customer service issue. What relates to there's lots of cargo going from warehouse to consumer. And people expect their packages. They expect if a landlord is contracted with the direct door delivery service, that group needs to safely accept, store, and over-communicate statuses of package deliveries.
But many residents have pointed out that, like you said, they've had some delays. What can they do to address that, Jason?
They can process claims to get reimbursement, and consumers can reach out to other issues. I mean, there's the Texas Department of Insurance for renters insurance policies. There is a tenants' rights handbook, obviously, that people can look up and research. One of those issues comes up all the time is it's in the lease agreement. It's something we didn't have a voice in. We don't have access to get out or opt out of that. So I think that's the concern for many residents too, is that they are not coerced, but they are put into this contract with this delivery service that they didn't want. It's a mandatory usage. So they need to speak up, reach out to the proper channels, and again, seek that relief, because if they're not saying something or saying anything, the right people aren't getting heard.
We want to thank you both. Great information for those tenants out there who may have questions. And we appreciate your time and for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight. Thank you both.